Good morning, everyone. My name is Kamal Kirtika Kaundan, and my student ID is S1114472. And the location of this assignment is at home, dated 29th September 2025. Good morning, students. How are you all? Good. Right. Take out your basic science book. Put away your maths book. Good. Thank you, children. So let's recap. What did we learn yesterday? Did you enjoy it? Our topic yesterday. Alright, we are still on the topic states of matter. Right. So, what did we learn yesterday? Right, we learned about three stages of matter. Right, what are they? Solid, liquid, and gas. Right. And can you quickly tell me how are first tell me the example. Sorry. Right. Solid. First, let's talk about solid. What was the example? Ice. Right. And how are the particles arranged in solids? Right? They are closely packed together. Right. They are closely packed together. And what about liquid? Water. Thank you, children. Right? They have gaps between them. Right? With gaps, they are able to vibrate. Good. And what about gas? Steam. Right. And how are the particles arranged? They are further apart. Good. Right. So this is how the particles are arranged in the three stages. Solid, the particles are tightly packed together. Liquid, the particles are a bit far apart, they vibrate. And in gas, the particles are further apart. Right. So let's think. Right. Let's imagine what happens if we put ice outside. Imagine it's a hot day and Demo wants to drink juice and there's no cold water. So he takes out the ice, puts it on the table and forgets to make juice. After some time, when he comes back to make juice, he sees there's no ice. There's water only. So what happens? The ice melts. Right. And in second scenario, if we say Akansha wants to make tea, so she's boiling water, and then after some time she goes out to play, and then she forgets about tea, and then she sees when she comes back, she sees there's no water in the pot. Where did the water go? The water dried up? No, the water just cannot disappear like that. So she boiled the water, and you see when you're boiling something, you see those steams going up? Right. That process from boiling like liquid to those steams, that is called evaporation. So today we are going to learn these three terms: melting, freezing, and evaporation. Right? Melting happens from solid to liquid, and freezing happens when we freeze liquid solid. That process is called freezing. And evaporation is from liquid to gas. Good, children. So our topic today is changes in states of matter. Substances can change from solids to liquids to gases as they get more energy. So when they get more energy, they change their forms from solid to liquid. For example, ice that is solid can change to water that is liquid, then into steam or vapor gases. Similarly, we can change gases into liquids and then into solids by taking away energy away, that is by cooling them down. For example, water vapor, that is gas. On cooling, changes into water, liquid, which on further cooling changes into ice, that is solid. So these two things give words here that we can see, right? So we see when substance change from solid to liquid, solid to liquid, then to gas, what happens? More energy. They get more energy. The term is more. And when we are going reverse from gas to solid, right, that is liquid, solids into liquid, and then into solids, that is taking energy away. So if you're going from solid, liquid to gas, if we are changing its form, then we are adding energy. And when we are going from gas, liquid, and then to solid, then we are taking, what we are doing? We are taking away the energy. So solid, when energy is added, it changes to liquid, right? And then more energy added, evaporation happens. Good. And further, from evaporation, remember those boiling tea scenario, right? From that evaporation, when heat is taken away, when energy is taken away, condensation happens. And then from liquid, further, when you take away the energy, freezing happens. And then it turns into a solid. Good, children. So today we are going to watch a short video to further explain what happens when heat is added or removed. Alright, concentrate, children.
What changes in state occur when matter is heated? Here I've got some ice that I just pulled out of the freezer. Notice that as the ice moves from one beaker to another, its shape stays the same. It's an example of matter in a solid state. All matter is made up of tiny particles, and in solid matter these particles are tightly packed together. They are not free to move about or slide past each other. What do you think will happen when the ice is heated? Let's find out. Check it out, the ice is changing into water. It's melting. Compared to a solid, the particles that make up a liquid are less tightly packed together. They are free to slide past each other. This property allows liquids to flow and change shape. A liquid will spread out to take the shape of the container it is in. When we pour water from a container to another, the shape of the water changes, but the volume, the amount of space it takes up, stays the same. What do you think will happen when the water is heated? Cool, the water is changing into a gas. It's evaporating into a gas called water vapor. The particles that make up a gas are able to move about freely. This property allows gases to change in both shape and volume. As the water vapor leaves the beaker, it will spread out to fill the room. We've seen what happens when matter is heated. What do you think will happen when matter is cooled? Check out our related videos to find out. Thanks for learning, and I'll see you next time.
Right. So you get a clear picture what happens when heat is added? Right. So when heat is added, it melts. First stage, melting happens, and then next is evaporation. Good children. So why? Right. Let's discuss from the from whatever we've learned. Okay. So why do you think things melt? Right, good girl. So, more energy, right? That's the term. When they get more energy, right? The particles, they get more energy. So let's all stand up. Stand up, right? Let's pretend we are solid particles, right? Let's stand steady, right? Solid particles, how do they behave, right? Tightly packed together. Right, now heat is being added, right? Slowly, freely, little space between the particles. Liquid states. Now we are in liquid state. We are able to vibrate. Now more heat is added. What happens? The particles, they are able to float. Right, they are freely. Good. Now we're going back. Now we are taking away the energy, right? From gas, right? From gas particles. Now slowly we have been cooling down, taking away the energy. No more heat now. Slowly, right? Liquid state. And then further, when we cool it down, energy being removed, solid, back to solid, right? Good children, give yourselves a clap. Now do you understand? Right, thank you children. So what did we learn today? We learned of the three basic terms, the three new terms, right? That is freezing, melting, evaporation. What happens in freezing? Liquid to solid. Good girl. And what about melting? Melting anyone? Right, demo. Melting, liquid to solid? No. Anyone else? Yes, Ruth. Solid to liquid. Good girl. Anyone up for evaporation? Evaporation is from gas to evaporation? Gas to liquid? No, it's from liquid and it goes back to gas. That is called evaporation. Thank you children. So these are your worksheet that you have to complete, right? Take one and pass. Everyone should get one worksheet each, right? So I hope you have understood what we learned today, and when we go back home today, we observe when mom is cooking in the kitchen, when you're making juice, right? When we're making juice, when we put ice, after some time, there is no ice in the jug, right? Tell your parents that's called melting process taking place. And when mom is cooking, and you see the steam going up from the pot, you tell her, Mom, that's evaporation taking place. Okay, children? Thank you. Thank you. Right? Hope you all had a wonderful time. Right?